Many things are sacred to me. I think about the last grasp of my hand that my grandmother gave me, the last time she squeezed my hand. And I think about the first laugh of a child, the beat of a heart, the beat of a drum. I think about the sun coming up in the morning when it is so cold early in the morning. And I think about when the days get longer, when we've come out of hunkering down through a long, difficult winter. And I think about places where something important happened, where my grandmother gathered clay for pottery, even places where my grandfather might have spent time during World War II. I think about places where my ancestors are buried and places where I can learn about how I play a part in maintaining a cosmological process. That even a child's first laugh and my grandmother's gripping of my hand, they all, to me, are part of thinking about and praying for the sun to come up and for springtime to come, and to thinking about the passing of time and people, where my grandparents lay, where my great-great-great-great-grandparents lay, and how I can stay alive to keep that beat and protect that beat. All of that is sacred to me. Jim Enote, a lifelong farmer, and I'm the director of the Colorado Plateau Foundation and director of the Oshawa Museum and Heritage Center at Zuni.
I'm Vicki Picia, and I manage permitting and approvals for Resolution Copper.
So a question I'm asking everyone that I'm interviewing is, what do you consider sacred?
No one's ever asked me that before, so I have never thought of that. The place I live, the place I work. I'm a Pinell County resident. I have two small children that live here, and the air quality around us, the water that we drink, and the land that we recreate on is in this area, and that's sacred to me too. I mean, I want my children to be able to enjoy it, and it needs to stay clean. At the same time, making sure they have an opportunity. So I guess what I consider sacred is my kids and the environment and the future for them. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Carrie Curley, and I am a tribal member of the St. Carlos Apache tribe. So this place here is very sacred, and you can feel it when you walk and you dance to earth. You can feel it. You can feel them. Who Windsor was saying, these acorn trees, I quote him. I love this quote that he said during a sunrise dance here at one of the camps. He spoke and he said, these acorns, they've seen our ancestors. Our ancestors picked from these acorns. And that right there just, it spoke to my heart, my spirit. So when something like that, overtakes you, your mind and your spirit, it's real. And it leads you and it guides you that right way. If you listen, if you take the time to listen. And if people will come up here, like Windsor was saying, and get a sense of identity for who you are and understand that, we all struggle to survive in this world. But more important, it's time for us to regain our identity of who we are as Indigenous people all around the world. And you can see that in this generation. And it's a spiritual fight. And when you have that spirit inside you, nothing can touch that. It's between you and Creator.
I'm Keith Lyons. My position is Integrated Resource Manager and Archaeologist. I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, so I actually find like the Lincoln Memorial and the National Capitol Mall is a really sacred American place to me. Canyon de Chelly obviously is a great sacred place, but they're all subjective. It depends on who you are and where you are. But Canyon de Chelly and Washington, D.C. Mall are two important places to me.
I'm Lynn Carranza. And your position?
Superintendent. Our connection to the land is sacred. Our relationships are sacred. Life is sacred. And all life is sacred to me.
Are there any specific sacred places to you?
You know, I also feel that Canyon de Chelly is sacred. I don't know how people cannot feel that if they go out there. It truly is one of those very powerful places that you visit. But I've also, in the last few years, learned a lot about my own family history, and I've visited places of my ancestors and felt that those places also are sacred. And that's why I said that I felt that our connection to the land is sacred. It defines who we are, why we do things the way we do them, and discovering why my family has had traditions that we've always just done but have lost the meaning of until I've done my research and found our ancestry and found that's why we do that. And finding the meaning has changed my life. It's really special. And that's something I actually learned living here within the Navajo Nation. People in the Navajo Nation believe that it's important to know where you come from. It's important to know who your ancestors are. And so they sent me on a journey that has really enhanced my own life. And I cannot be more grateful for that.